The fishermen saw a shining object in the water, but when they checked, they left speechless. A group of fishermen went out early in the morning expecting a normal day at sea. As they looked across the water, they noticed something strange, a bright light reflecting on the surface. At first, they thought it was just floating trash or sunlight hitting the waves, but as they got closer, they saw it was a glass box drifting alone. Inside, something dark moved with the water. They pulled the heavy box onto their boat and carefully pried it open. Inside, they found an old note and a voice recorder. The note revealed a shocking secret, an underground cave where a man had hidden gold from a sunken ship. The fishermen looked at each other, filled with excitement. If this was true, they had just discovered a lost treasure. Curious to know more, they took the voice recorder home. When they pressed play, what they heard left them in shock. The recording was full of static, but a man's voice spoke through the crackling noise. He described a hidden cave and gave clear directions to find it. The instructions were detailed, but the journey sounded dangerous. The next morning, the fishermen decided to see if the story was true. They packed their diving gear, supplies, and everything they might need. With excitement running high, they set out to find the cave, unaware of what was waiting beneath the water. Following the directions, they steered their boat toward a remote part of the coast. The waves were rough, but they kept going. As they neared the location, they spotted a small rocky island surrounded by sharp cliffs. This was the place. They anchored the boat and prepared to dive. With their masks and oxygen tanks secured, they jumped into the cold water. As they swam deeper, they saw an opening in the rock beneath the waves, a hidden entrance. They followed the narrow tunnel until they emerged inside a massive underwater cave. The sight was unbelievable. Pieces of an old shipwreck lay scattered across the cave floor. Among the wreckage, they saw something even more incredible. Shiny gold coins, chests filled with jewels, and ancient artifacts covered in coral. The treasure had been hidden for centuries, untouched by time. The recording had been true. But as they admired the treasure, they noticed something dangerous. The cave was unstable. Their movements had shaken the rocks above, and cracks were forming in the ceiling. They had little time. Grabbing as much as they could, they quickly swam back to the surface. Just as they reached the boat, a deep rumble came from below. The cave entrance collapsed, trapping the rest of the treasure forever. Exhausted but thrilled, they stared at the treasure they had saved. They had taken a huge risk, but they had proof that the legend was real. Their ordinary fishing trip had turned into the greatest adventure of their lives. Back in their poor village, the fishermen shared their wealth with everyone. They built schools, hospitals, and better homes. Their once-forgotten village became a thriving place, offering education and healthcare to all. The treasure had not only changed their lives, but also the future of their entire community.